Hi, so I'm getting back. I checked some deals in the morning. I do it. Sometimes I sit on the computer, I refresh it every few minutes if I have time. Sometimes I do it every hour or two. So I checked it before 8. Now I changed my filters here just because I want to make sure that they give me all the deals that there are available, and then once I open it, I choose whether it's a good one or not. So you open it, and what I do now is I primarily concentrate only on Valor books and Chegg. And it's because Valor books, even though they have such better reviews, they are a great company. Like they really reject very, very few items and they send it back to you. They pay you. The whole thing takes maybe from the day that you order a book till you get paid. It's probably like 3 weeks because you have to get the book, you have to ship it to them, then they have to process it. So it's around 3 weeks, but I'm fine about it because I know they're gonna pay me for it as long as it's in a decent condition, doesn't have no water damage or anything like that. So once I see that, I open it and it says Valor, I always check it. So I copy it and I go into Amazon, and now I also check it on eBay because I started buying some on eBay. But you have to watch out because a lot of times the same seller lists it on Amazon and eBay. And let's say if you want to buy more than one quantity, make sure you don't buy it from the same seller, let's say recycle textbooks, because then obviously they're going to cancel one of the orders. It's not showing on eBay. Let me check the other ISBN. Okay, it's not showing either. I don't know why. Now, this book is going for 75. They have it for 281. So obviously it's not a good one. You don't even have to open it. But I wanted to show you something. Let's say if you ever had a case where you have this book, this is what it looks like, and then you go to Amazon and you post that ISBN, but this cover looks different. All it means is that you have to open the book, and a lot of times it's going to say hardcover and soft covers, and it will mean that the cover that they have here doesn't match this one because it's hardcover, but once you would click on, let's say, soft cover, it will be the same. I hope it's not too confusing, but very few times I had that case. So obviously this book is not a good one. Now, what I also started doing, because I have nothing to lose, is if I open a quote and I see it's Valor, and let's say they're giving you $75, and let's say you go to Amazon and let's say this price was 70, right? So it wouldn't make sense for you to buy it right now because plus shipping you're only gonna make $1. But there's a chance that that price could go down, right? People could list lower prices. So what I always do is I finish the quote. So for example, request listing, you would go to Valor Books because the prices change a lot. You want to make sure that you reserve that price, and then every few days I would check on Amazon if maybe someone listed it at cheaper copy, because if you didn't reserve the quote and then you find a cheaper copy, then you go back to Valor might be paying you $13 from today, which wouldn't make no sense for you to buy anymore. Once you reserve a quote with Valor, it's valid for 30 days. Obviously, you cannot wait 30 days because you still have to ship it to them, but I'm thinking it's safe to wait, let's say 20 days, because they get it quick anyway. So I go through all these steps of reserving a quote just so I have it, and I already have a stack of a lot of papers, and then I would just print it. Obviously, if you don't want to waste the paper, you don't print it, you just write down that these are the quotes you have, and I was always just print the second and third page. And now I have a quote guaranteed that I'm gonna get $75 for that book. Okay, if in the next 20 days nobody listed for less than 70, I mean, oh well, too bad. I didn't lose anything because you didn't buy anything, you just reserved the quote. Okay, so this is what I actually started doing 2 days ago. And then I recheck eBay and I rechecked Amazon every few days. So you didn't make any money right now, but maybe in a few days someone will post a cheaper one. Okay, you go to the next one. I don't deal with other websites anymore, just because I think I can find enough for Valor, and all these different websites, they're just stricter. They require you to ship it within 7 days, within 10 days, and you're gonna see not all sellers accept a book. Uh, not all sellers uh, not all sellers offer expedited shipping. Okay, here's another one. Valor, $29. Now, I don't have a minimum on how much I need to make on a book, but I need to make it stricter because I made, I've bought books for $80 and only made $7, and that's obviously less than 10%. So I think I need to get a little stricter on that, but that's up to you, up to you how much money you have spent. Also, that changes. If I have obviously multiple copies of that book, then I don't have a problem with making $7 because it will be quicker. Now, this one, they're giving you $28. It's going for 24 plus $3.99 shipping. So it's not there at the price where you want it to be at. It is 23 on eBay. Yeah, there's nothing cheaper. So I would hold on. I would hold on buying it, let's say today, but I would definitely reserve a quote. Now, let's say if I was buying the book, I would say 95% of my books that I buy on Amazon are in acceptable condition. There's very few that I actually buy in good, because once you get to the good condition, the prices are higher. But this is the good thing. A lot of these sellers, especially big sellers, you know, they list it as acceptable, but in reality, it's a book in a good condition. And I have very few books that I receive, and I'm like, you know what, Valor is not going to accept that, I need to return it. There's very few of those because, they always describe it good. And what I do is, when I go to the sellers, I always look for someone who has a lot of listings and a higher ranking. So for example, them I wouldn't use, right? Because I don't know how they are. They have 3,000 listings. 3,000 feedbacks, 94 score. This one has 24,097. So let's say if I have someone like this, I have no problem ordering acceptable condition from them, because that means that their acceptable conditions are still in good condition. Now, don't get confused with these descriptions. If it's a big company like this, obviously they're not going to do an individual description for every single book. What they do is they have a general description for each, for acceptable, for good, and such, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it will have water damage, that it will have stains. This one, obviously heavily used, but still working, coffee stain. This obviously is true because it's someone who just had one copy, brand new seller, probably a ex-student from last semester who just listed the book. Them I wouldn't buy from, right? So this is how I decide who to buy from. Let's go to the next one. But for now, I would just create a quote because I wouldn't want to buy it for that price. Okay, so I keep on going. This is not Valor. And over the weekend, I printed a lot of quotes for Valor. And a lot of times, if I see that it's a good book, I do even 2 or 3 separate quotes. And I always do it for individual books. Like, I always do one copy, finish it, and do another quote, only because most likely you will be ordering from different sellers. So you don't want to do a quote for 3 books on one paper, and then you order from 3 different sellers, and then the first copy comes, then you gotta wait for the second, then you gotta wait for the third one, right? So it's just easier for me to do separate quotes. So let's check this one. This one is going for 96. I haven't figured yet when is the best time that they're buying the most. So I don't know, I just check it every day. Okay, there it's going for 96. Now, okay, this is a new one. It's surprising when I see something like this. It kind of gives me an idea that it may be a book that has a lot of counterfeit copies circulating. And you're gonna see it. There's a seller, I think they're called Books for Deals. I ordered from them, and of course it came from India. So So something like this, I would probably stay away from. But let's say if you were, if it was, let's say, Goodwill and they had 90%, 97% reviews, used condition book, normal fit edge, you may find writing, round corners. So they do like a general. I mean, you may want to test it with this one. You wouldn't make much because you're gonna pay 84. They're gonna give you 96, so you would make $12. Let's check on eBay. But then again, I would make a quote for it. And then you know what? Then later on, it's gonna take you very short time to run everything and recheck if the prices went down. Okay, eBay doesn't have it. I don't buy a lot of books on eBay because Amazon still has the best prices, but I still run it on them. Okay, another one. I've never done it where I reserved a quote before, so I'm anxious to see how it's gonna work out. $50, 41. So it's not gonna be really a good one unless you want to just make $5. See, this is another one. First class books. I don't know why these sound familiar to me. It's weird. But I guess Goodwill will be a good one. But it'll be $45. You're only making $5, so I would hold on it again until I can make more money. Okay, let me check this one. I haven't seen this one. How much they're giving? They're giving 37. It's going for 41, so obviously it's not a good one right now. So I'm not finding anything good right now, but I'm just gonna show you the deals. I still have to like fill out these. Like when I rush with everything, I don't have time to fill it out because I don't want to miss the deals. But see, most of my books I buy on Amazon and sell them on Valor. So like I told you, for example, yesterday, I was gone the whole day and I just sat down in the evening and all these I bought in the evening. I made $43. It's actually 2 copies. Then I made $23, then 17 and 31. I think they add up to, I know it's 100. So you have 40, 60, 70, 100, 110, almost $120 that I made yesterday in an hour. And I didn't even expect to make any money yesterday because, like I said, I was gone the whole day. Then if you look in other days, it's not as good. I made only $8 or maybe $5. And then these are all my quotes that I was paid for already. So I keep them in a separate tab just to keep it. And look at all this. I purchased the book for $30. I made $30. I purchased the book for $17 and I made $52. Like I said, it doesn't happen a lot, but then those things happen and I've seen them in the past too when I was doing it. So that's why I will continue doing it. So just let me know if that clears it. If anything, let me know with any questions.